Hello student, now we will revise this chapter with the question answer. The first question, that is, why are some substances biodegradable and some non-biodegradable? As we know that some of the substance which can be degraded by the microorganism, or some of the substance which cannot be degraded by the microorganism. So according to decomposition of the waste material, the waste is divided into two types, that is of biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Now let's see the answer. A substance are classified as a biodegradable and a non-biodegradable because some substance can be decomposed by the microorganism and some can not. A substance that are broken into these simple soluble forms are called a biodegradable, whereas a substance which are not decomposed by the microorganism into the harmless substance, then we consider it as a non-biodegradable. Now let's move further. The second question, that is of, give any two ways in which a biodegradable substance would affect the environment. Means in this you have to write down about the what is the role of the biodegradable substance and what is the effect of it on the environment. As we know that the biodegradable substance, in that we are considered all the domestic waste, and which is a decomposed and then we are using as a manure, and by this manure we can increase the soil fertility, and it is a nutrients of the plant, so we can also get the good growth of the plant. So the first one, that is of the biodegradable substance such as a tree leaves, plant parts and the kitchen waste can be used as a humus after composting, and this will enhance the soil fertility. While the second one, that is of the biodegradable substance is mainly contain the carbon, and this substance after the decomposed it release the carbon back into the atmosphere, so it is also help to balancing of the biomolecules. Now the third one, that is of, give any two ways in which a non-biodegradable substance would affect the environment. First we study about the biodegradable, how the biodegradable substance affect on the environment. Now the second question, that is about the non-biodegradable substance which affect on the environment. As we know, it is non-biodegradable, so it is ultimate cause the pollution. And one big question is that the disposal of this kind of material which is non-biodegradable. So let's see the answer. The non-biodegradable substance affect the environment by the first one, that is they contaminate the soil. As we know that it is not decomposed, so it is remain same as it is. So they contaminate the soil and the water resources, as they cannot be decomposed by the microorganism. The second effect on the environment by the non-biodegradable substance, that is of this substance when accidentally eaten by the animals, and which ultimately cause a harmful effect, and it also even cause their death. As we see, the plastic bags are eaten by some animals like a cow and dog, so it ultimately causes the harmful effect or toxic effect to them, their body, and it also may cause the death. So these two things you can write, and you are also write according to your way that how the non-biodegradable substances affect to the environment. The next question, what are trophic levels? Give an example of food chain and state the different trophic level in it. As we study in the chapter in detail this topic, that trophic level, the each step of the food chain that we consider as a trophic level. Let's see the answer. The various link, or you can say the steps, which is involved in a food chain at which the energy is transferred from one organism to another organism, then it is called the trophic level. Let's take an example. In all the food chain, the producer it has a primary level, you can say the first step. So we consider it as a first trophic level. The various link or steps in a food chain at which the transfer of the food and the energy takes place are called the trophic level. The producer from the first trophic level, as it is a producer. So in the first trophic level you can consider the all green plants, or you can also consider the green algae, blue green algae. So these producers are always at a first trophic level because they are manufacture food. Then after, at the primary consumer, means an organism which is depend on the producer, or another way you can also say that the herbivores which is directly depend on the producer. So we consider it as a primary consumer. Primary consumer as a second trophic level. And at the third trophic level, all the carnivores we can consider. Or you can say the secondary consumer which is depend on the herbivorous, or you can say the primary or second trophic level or a primary consumer. Then it is comes under to the third trophic level. And the secondary consumer which is eaten by the tertiary consumer. So the tertiary consumer it is at a fourth trophic level. Here you can see the producer it is as a first trophic level, primary consumer second trophic level, secondary consumer third trophic level, and the tertiary consumer at a fourth trophic level. Here one food chain is given in the figure. You can see that the energy that is comes from the sun and which is trapped by the grass. Here the grass is a producer and this grass is eaten by the grasshopper. So here producer is a grass, so producer we consider as a first trophic level. While from the grass, then energy is transferred to the grasshopper. So the grasshopper it is a primary consumer, and if we are talking about the trophic level, then it is a second trophic level. Then this grasshopper eaten by this shoe. So this shoe is a secondary consumer, but the trophic level is third one. And the tertiary consumer, this shoe is eaten by the owl, so that is a fourth trophic level. In the above figure, you can see the grass is the producer which is eaten by the grasshopper, known as a primary consumer. Then the grasshopper is eaten by the shoe, the secondary consumer, and the last shoe eaten by the owl, that is a tertiary consumer. Now the next question. What is the role of decomposer in the ecosystem? As we see that all the waste which is generated, or you can say when the animals and the plants are decay, or this decay process that is occur by the microorganism only, and this microorganism we are known as a decomposer. So this decomposer we can consider as a cleaner of the environment. And another importance of it that we see that in the biogas, this decomposer are produce a biogas as well as along with it manure as well. So this manure we are using in the soil, so by which we can easily we are making the soil fertile. And another third most important role, that is It is also help in a biogeochemical cycle, in that whatever the nutrients is pulled, which is returned back to the nutrient in the pool. Let's see the answer. The various role played by the decomposer in the ecosystems are, the first one that is of, they clean the environment, they decompose the biodegradable substance into the useful substance, they release the nutrients into soil by the decomposing of death and decaying matter, thus the making the soil fertile. The fourth one that is of, they maintain the nutrient pool by the retaining back the nutrients in the pool. Now the next question, that is, what is a ozone and how does it affect any ecosystem? As we know, the ozone means the O3. Ozone is a molecules which is made up by the 3 atoms of the oxygen. The ozone forms a layer in the upper atmosphere, and you can also say in a stratosphere. It is a very essential for the life on this planet because it shields the surface of the earth, or you can say it is a blanket like structure which is save the earth from the UV rays which is coming from the sun. And this UV rays is a very harmful to all the animals or all the living organism, because it is cause the toxic effect, and it is may also cause the skin irritation or skin related disease, and sometimes it is also responsible for the skin cancer in human and the cataract as well. Let's see the answer. Ozone is a molecule which is made up by the 3 atoms of the oxygen. The ozone form on a layer in the upper atmosphere. It is a very essential for the life on this planet. It shields the surface of the earth from the ultraviolet radiation which is come from the sun. As these radiation are very harmful, which causing the skin cancer and the cataract in the humans, and it also does the harmful effect to the crops. So these are the effect of the ozone on the ecosystem. Now the next question, how can you help in reducing the problem of a waste disposal? Give any 2 method. In this you can write down the 5 R's, any 2 method, that is refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, repurpose. These 5 things you can write down. We can help in the reducing the problem of waste disposal by this method. The first one that is by the separating the biodegradable substance from the non-biodegradable substance. And the second thing that is by the reducing, reusing and the recycling, means the 3 R's. Non-biodegradable substance. So we can help our environment too, and it is also help to reducing the problem of waste disposal. Now let's see the exercise question answer. The first one that is of, which of the following groups contain the only biodegradable items? First of all, you know about the biodegradable items. Biodegradable items means which is easily decomposed by the bacteria, which is easily converted a complex structure to the simple structure by the microorganism, then we consider in a biodegradable item. And these all biodegradable item, it is from the plants and the animals only. So let's see the options. The first one that is grass, flower and the leather. Here the grass and the flower that can be decomposed, but the leather is not. So the A option is wrong. The B one, that is grass, wood and the plastic. Here the plastic is non-biodegradable. Then the fruit peels, cake and the lime juice. These all of the things are biodegradable because fruits and the fruit peels that comes from the plant. Cake, that is also made up by the plant substance. And the lime juice, that is also a plant, so we consider C as a biodegradable items. Let's see the next one, cake, wood and the grass. It is also a biodegradable substance. So your answer is C and the D, because it is easily decomposed by the which is easily decomposed by the microorganism, or you can say the decomposer. Now the next question, that is, which of the following constitute a food chain? Grass, wheat, mango. Grass, goat and human. So the answer is B, because grass which is eaten by the goat and the goat which is eaten by the human. So the food constituent of the food chain, that is of grass, goat and the human. So your answer is B. Now the next question, which of the following are environment friendly practice? Means it not cause any kind of pollution, so we consider it as a environment friendly. First one, carrying a cloth bag to put the purchase in a while shopping. Yes, that is a good thing. Cloth bag, it is a biodegradable, so we can easily reuse it. Then the switching of the unnecessary light and the fans, by which we can save the energy, so it is also good for the environment. Walking to the school instead of getting your mother to drop you on her scooter. Here also we are saving the fuel, so it is also environment friendly. All of the above. So your answer is D, all of the above, because these all the things are help to save the environment. So these all things are the eco-friendly practice. So answer is D. Now the next question, what will happen if we kill the organism in one trophic level? What happened? Suppose one food chain is there, and from one food chain the one trophic level is disappear. Then what happened? The whole food chain will disturb and ecosystem also get disturbed. Let's see the answer. If we kill all of the organism of a one trophic level, it will create an imbalance in the ecosystem. Let's take an example. In a food chain, the grass which is eaten by the deer is eaten by the lion. If we remove all lions, then the population of deer will be directly, or you can say the suddenly increase. If the deer population increase, then overgrazing problem is arise, because all the grass is eaten by the deer. This will lead to a deforestation, and due to the deforestation it may leads to a soil erosion, and which is further cause the conversion of a fertile land into the barren desert. So it is ultimately cause the environment. So these all are the adverse effect. If at any one trophic level all the organism kill, then it is directly affect on the food chain, environment, ecosystem, etc. Now the next question, will the impact of removing all the organism in a trophic level be a different for different trophic level? Can the organism of any trophic level be removed without causing any damage to the ecosystem? As we see in the previous question only, then it is a disturb all the ecosystem if any trophic level remove from the chain, or you can say the ecosystem. Let's see the answer. Impact of the removing all organism of a trophic level is different from the different trophic level. Let's take one example. If we remove a producer from a food chain, then no organism will get food. If we remove a herbivorous from a food chain, then the carnivorous will die and the producer will also die due to the competition for the space and the nutrition. No, we can't remove any trophic level without causing damage to the ecosystem, as one is dependent on the other for the survival and for the food chain as well. If we remove any one of these, it will create the imbalance in the ecosystem.